Andrew Frank is an environmental protection and public relations instructor at KPU. Claudia Cully will now ask Andrew about his experience in the KPU community.
When did you join the KPU community and why?
I joined KPU in, I think it was January of 2012. I was working as a communications professional in the environmental movement. I had recently finished a master's program at SFU focused on environmental communication, and I saw one teaching posting come up for one course in the environmental protection program, and I was so excited to see it because I'd been a teaching assistant for a long time. I'd taken teaching courses, and I applied, and I got my first course at KPU. So I was not hired full-time right away by any means. It was a slow process building up, but that's how I got my start at KPU.
What is your favorite story of your time at KPU?
It might sound cliche, but I mean, number one is just when you see students that have come through your program getting hired into jobs they're really passionate about. Like, that's just always so exciting. So I always love reconnecting with our grads and seeing where they're at. A funny story is that I broke my ankle playing basketball a few years ago, and so I was getting around campus on one of those little knee scooters, and so it was really fun because all the hallways are nice and flat and smooth, and so everyone thought I was on a scooter going from class to class. So that was fun. That was kind of goofy, but I think it's just a collection of stories in my head at this point.
What's something you'd like to say to people new to the KPU community?
Well, first of all, welcome. You're joining a learning community that is really diverse, both in terms of the fact that we have students from around the world and across cultures, but then also the fact that we're a polytechnic university. So we have programs and classes that you can take across, a wide field of study. I've been lucky enough to go on some field trips within KPU. I've personally taken courses in the farm school program. I had a chance to hammer out a horseshoe in the farrier program once. Like, there's just so many cool things at KPU that exist. The other thing I noticed at Kwantlen is just that people are really open to collaboration. If you have an initiative as a student or as any other member of the community that you want to bring to life, you'll probably find kindred spirits who will work with you, whether it's instructors or other students or other staff at the university. People are really, I've just seen a lot of neat projects happen that don't neatly fall into one category, but that involve a lot of people. So a lot of cool cross-disciplinary stuff is possible at Kwantlen. So you're joining a great learning community.
What are you working on right now?
I'm busy with teaching, but I also do some consulting work in the area of communications around like environmental issues and social justice. So I'm working on a couple of upcoming legal filings with a First Nations client around sort of almost like anti-racism and human rights cases. I can't say too much about them because they're not public yet, but I'm working on those. I'm trying to write a novel, which is just a crazy idea because I don't know, it's almost impossible to find the time to do it, but sometime here and there, 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, I'm trying to write, and I'm playing with it. It's a total early new project for me. Exercise, going for walks, spending time with friends, obviously. And then I have a 2-year-old son named Levi who keeps me very busy, whether it is, working with diggers, watching tractors. He's all about farm stuff. And I didn't even push him that way. I have a personal interest in that area too, but he loves it. So, gardening in the summer with him, stuff like that is pretty fun.
What is something you would like people to know about you?
I beatbox a little bit on the side. Not professionally, but I like beatboxing. I remember at a student fundraiser, I ended up beatboxing after the fundraiser was over and everyone was like, egging me on, which was just trouble because then I'll do it. I used to do stand-up comedy as well. When I was at university, I would do stand-up comedy, like amateur nights at Yuck Yucks, and I did a couple of shows, and I thought I was going to do more. So I absolutely love stand-up comedy. I had a couple of sets, like 20-minute sets, that were really successful, and then I didn't seem to have the bug anymore. I didn't need to do it anymore, but until I did it, it was like all-consuming. So beatboxing and stand-up comedy are probably two kind of offbeat things that I really enjoy and that I kind of play around with.